Hello, welcome to AWRM Civilians. And on today's review, we're going to be doing a review on the IWB KYDEX by Concealment Express Amazon. Now, in general, we've had this holster for over about a year and a half. I'm going to just go over some rough drafts, and then we're going to take some of the pros and cons from there. It's not going to be too long of a review, but straight to the point. Should I, meaning you, get this holster if I'm in need of a holster? On a budget, right? Half of 100 underneath, somewhere right around that radius. Yes, I recommend this holster. It's reliable. Now, as we slowly walk through some of the pros and cons, the things to be noted is going to be pretty much the feel, the comfort, the sturdiness, and the security. Security is an A+ on there, and we'll get down to that as we go through. We're just going to go through bullet points real quick. All right, so that's just an overall view of this side, your holster side, where you holster it to your waist. Can be worn front side or back. And one of the pros too, front side or back, is standing comfort. All of the positions are comfortable standing. The holster is pretty decent. It doesn't imprint too harsh, except on the small cons, maybe on the side when you're sitting. In the sitting position, on your side, you might get a little printing. Depending on your weight size, obviously everything is a factor, how big, how small you are. But in general, the side is going to be probably the most printable. Your back and your front are pretty much fine overall. And as we come back up to the top, let's drop down a little bit. We'll go with some people are accessory people. So if you're an accessory person and you're running this particular holster, which this one right here is fitted out for the SIG P229. And that's one of the ones that I carry for carry and conceal. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there's not a lot of attachments that you can attach to this. There is a position. Let's go down back to the holster. And if you see in these holsters, this particular model is obviously for a different model gun. I think that's even a toy model. That's a prop. That's a prop gun. So, but that is not the same version along the side that you see for the SIG. The SIG goes all the way back to the top of the belt loop. So you will not be able to carry any red dots on there. However, with that being said, if we go over here, you have a claw accessory that you can buy with them. You can run that, but I don't run that. I run it straight because the less that you have, the better you are when it comes to concealment specifically. This holster, as most other holsters, can be worn in a ambidextrous type of way, where the one way will be concealed and then the flip side will be non-concealed. So you can have it as an outer on the opposite side of your concealed side. So that's one of the good things about the holster. Is versatile when it comes to that. Now, last thing on accessories, you can't run anything in the back. You can't run anything underneath, like if you had a laser or something right there. But you can run laser and below the barrel positioning. So you can run a laser. In addition to that, the only other thing that you can run, which I'm not sure if you want to, but if for those who need to know the option, if you have a threaded barrel, you can run a suppressor. You can run a small suppressor for concealment, or a small muzzle flash, anything that will suppress your muzzle brake or give you a lower signature, so you don't scare the public if you have to use. But at the same time, you want to definitely cease the threat or come to the point where, your safety. But you have that option if you wanted to wear that option. So that's definitely there. Now, another one of the safety features right here. For my version of the P229, It's circular right around here, but that makes no difference. It's very secure. It will definitely close off your holster, so you don't have to worry about your finger guard not being guarded. Once you hear that lock, it's an automatic lock that goes into that positioning. Once you hear that lock, you're pretty much secure. You can do some cartwheels, you can do a backflip, and your gun is not going to come out of that holster, nor will it come off of your clip, depending on how you tighten it down. Another thing that I've noticed, speaking of tightening it down, is I have not had to do any readjustments for that whole time, over the 1.5 year time of using this, which means it's very secure and the screws don't come loose automatically. So that's a good thing to note when it comes to that. Now, real rough draft on, let me see, things that we didn't cover. You can use the thumb release if you want a more silent release, if you had to pull it. And if we go back to this picture, you'll see this little part right up here. That would be where your thumb release is, where you can push it with your thumb to get it out of the notch area. Or you can just pull it quick and firm to get it out of there, because it's a very secure. It's not one of those holsters that you got to worry about your firearm slipping out. That's good to go. Now, another con. It's not a bad con, but it's just something that you need to be aware about. This is a dust magnet. So what are the 2 important things about dust? Dust can get your gun clogged. It can make parts not function the way that they should function. So be aware of that. You might want to weekly just dust it off, or when you come in, you might want to dust it off. But you don't have to dust it that much. But within a week, you're definitely going to want to dust it, because the dust will start spreading from the holster to your firearms. And of course, you don't want a dusty part on your gun, where you're not as reliable as you need to be when the emergency comes that you may need it. Safety is first and everything. Other than that, it's also duly needed to be noted that it is not a lock version. And what I mean by a lock version, it's not a holster that has a lock clip like most law enforcement or security would have on those holsters. So it's all reliant on you releasing that firearms from the holster, whether you do it by your thumb release or whether you do it by a firm and press pull. Other than that, overall recommended. We'll try to have some field examples when we're at the range, so you can get up close and personal to the visuals more than just the pictures. And we'll break that down for you later. And with that being said, that is the end of the review. We thank everybody for spending some time with us on this brief review. Again, I give it a 7 out of 10. And I've never met a holster that I could give a 10 out of 10. So just let that duly be noted. In general, for the price mark, it's kind of a 10 in its price mark. It's decent. It has some comfort issues depending on how you wear it, to be aware of. But other than that, it's sturdy, and I've had no problem, no breakage, no screws falling off. Till then, we'll see you next time.
The Second Amendment of the Constitution states that a well-regulated militia, being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people, keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Hear, hear. Yes.